Hello everyone, if you're looking for a way to boost your income through real estate, you're in the right place. Today I'm going to share with you a powerful strategy that can help you make 1,500 USD per month from a rental apartment. So let's not waste any time and dive right in. So let's talk about the strategy. I call it rent it till you own it. And it's not like, rent to own agreement business model that is out there where you have an agreement with the property owner that you're going to rent the property for some time. And then after say 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you're going to do an agreement with him that you're going to pay for the property at that time. No, this one is different. This is a collaboration between Queen Jody and AP and Prime Homes Limited here in the Gambia. We discuss with them about ways that we can help people to have access to the apartments or the units that they're building here in the Gambia so that people can monetize it, because what we want to do is to help people to earn revenues from the properties that they're purchasing in the Gambia and across Africa, not just necessarily to buy them and then have them as a liability. So we see a way that we can help them out in that. So how it works is that you pay 30% down on the property, right? With the agreement that you are going to pay the 30% down, and then the property is going to be put on the market for rental, right? So after you pay the 30% down, it's just to secure the property, but you're going to put the property on the market so that it can generate revenue, and then you're going to use that revenue and pay on the property. So instead of you coming out of your pocket, let's say every month paying thousands of dollars for the apartment building, or you're coming 100% to pay for the apartment unit, you are actually just going to pay 30% down, and then you're going to put the property on the market for rental, and the property is going to generate the money that you're going to use to pay for the property over time, right? So you don't know, I have a workout of everything because I want to let you guys see that this is actually a workable model and it's not just talk. So this approach will help you to reduce the price, as I said, and what you would pay for the property, right? After a certain number of years, let's say 2, 3, 4 years, well, they say actually 3 years, but it's negotiable. You will own the property entirely, and that rental income is going to be yours. I'm going to go more into it, but before I do that, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and make sure to share this one with someone that you know that have a property. Even if you have a property already, this module can actually help you to generate revenue from the property that you have. So now let's break it down, because as I said, I like to work the numbers to make it make sense, right? So as I said, you can make 1,500 per month from the property, right? You will need to consider rental price per night. For example, right now, the apartment in that area, that same actually apartment that is located in Dalaba that we toured, they have Prime Homes, they have this option available for all of their properties that they're having on the market actually, and this is courtesy of Queen Jody and AP. So you're welcome. Right? So let's say you're renting the property for $50 per night minimum, right? Because let's say the apartment in Dalaba, that's what it's being rent for right now around the Dalaba area. It's not too far from the airport, it's not too far from the city, it's not too far from the beach. The road from the main road to the apartment unit itself is not necessarily bad, like dirt road. You have nice roads that are available around there. Electricity, water. Is a very developed community. It's like one of the hottest place in the Gambia. If you're coming to the Gambia, ask anybody, they will tell you around Dalaba you have nice development, right? So it's perfect for people who are coming to the Gambia who want to do short-term rentals. They don't necessarily want to rent for a long term on the property, and the only way for this to work, in order to make that money, you have to do it short-term, because if you do it long-term, you're going to charge a lot of money upfront based on the value of the property within that area, and people will not be able to rent it unless it's like an NGO or something like that would need a space like that to rent for a long period of time, right? But this is for short-term purposes only. So let's say the property is $50 per night. So $50 per night times 30 is equal to 1,500 per month per unit. So I don't know if you want 1 unit there or you want 2 units there. I don't have any idea. But let's say you want 1 unit, it will generate you 1,500 per month. You could make more on that if you were renting per room, but that's another video for another time. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for something like that, or comment below and let me know if you would want me to do a breakdown on it from a per room basis. But right now this is per unit basis. So the apartment is a 3-bedroom apartment, right? It's very nice, it's fully furnished, it have everything that a person could need who want to stay in the Gambia and do business. Okay, so you calculate it, $50 US per day times 30 days is equal to 1,500 per month, right? And as I said, that's the base rate that you can charge on a property like this in that location in the Gambia. That's what other property owners are charging from my research that I did. Okay, so let's say the purchasing price for the apartment unit is $79.99 per unit, per 3-bedroom unit, right? And you have to pay 30% down, and that would be 24,000. Like 30% down of $79.99 would be 24,000 US dollars down on the property, right? The balance you would have to pay would be 55,999, and you have to divide that by the 3 years. So the balance that you would pay would be 1,555.5 per month over the 3 years. If you do the 3 years, as I said, it's negotiable, right? Because you can negotiate with them and they will work it out based on the numbers to see what works for them and what can work for you. So basically the property will pay for itself. As I said, instead of you coming out of pocket to pay all of that $79.99 one time on the property, let's say you don't have that money, or let's say, you know, that money is right now is difficult to come by, but you have $24,000 on you and you want to put it into something that can generate money for you, then this is an option that you can consider, right? But I would not advise anybody who don't have money to try this. I would not do that, because if $24,000 is what you have only, it's a massive risk, and do not take a risk like this unless you have a way to sustain yourself, right? This is not for people who are not serious about real estate investing. It's not for somebody who want to try a thing. It's for people who want to go into real estate investing. They may have some money but just don't want to invest a big amount of money on a property once, right? But they can afford to invest 24,000 with ease. And just like that, you see how possible it is to make 1,500 per night. So I didn't go into real estate market, real estate marketing, real estate management, how to present the property, all of that thing. I didn't go into that. This is just the first step of it. If you guys want me to do a video on how you would put the property out to find clients and to monetize it long term in order to pay this off, and then the balance is yours for life, let me know. Comment below and let me know. I'm excited to do a video on that for you, so that you can have an idea of how things can work out, that you can earn income from rental properties anywhere you are in the world, but specifically here in the Gambia. So before you do this, here are some things that you should consider, right? So you must understand the local market. What are apartments like similar to this are in this area? What are they charging per night in there? As I said, based on my research, people are charging $50 US per night for something like this, and you know, it's a well-maintained property. Maybe you can find properties in the area that is renting for less, but then you have to look at what the property has to offer to the person who is coming to stay there. You cannot charge $50 US per night on a property that is not offering people any amenities, any benefits to them, right? So the property itself have a lot of amenities. It have free Wi-Fi, it have very nice luxury furnitures inside, it have security, it have 24/7 water, it have backup power just in case the light go out. As I said, it's like 5 minutes walk from the main highway, not too far from the city, not too far from the beach. So an apartment like this really put the potential tenant in an ideal place in the Gambia when they come, that they would want to stay. So they will be willing to spend that $50 per night on an apartment like this. Next thing I would say is invest. This is only if you're going to do it by yourself. Like, you're going to be the one doing all of the legwork yourself, managing the property, marketing the property, dealing with clients, check-in, check-out, repairs, all of these things. You would have to invest in high quality photos and write compelling description for your listing. So let's say you want to put it on a Facebook marketplace. You don't want to put it on DTG listings for free. You want to put it on Facebook marketplace yourself, right? You will have to make sure that you have nice photos that is telling the property to the client, because you have to remember the client is not at the property right now. They're somewhere in the US, they're somewhere in the UK, they're somewhere in the Caribbean, and they want to come to the Gambia. So you have to make sure that the photos that you take is going to show them what the property has to offer without them even being there. And how you describe the property is going to make me, if I was that person, want to spend that money on your property and stay there. The next thing is provide an experience for your guests to encourage positive reviews and repeat bookings. So what happens is that most property owners, when they're letting their properties out, they don't think about the experience that the client is going to have. They think about just the money that is going to come from the client renting out the property, and that's where they put the main focus. We've been to like more than 30 properties in the Gambia since we've been touring properties here. And I would have to say, sadly, around 60% of them is not necessarily up to the standard that I would want to spend my money for in the Gambia. So because of that, it reduced the standard of properties that people, want to pay for here. Because when people go to the property, they see the horrible condition that is in and the price that is being charged. People are going to tell other people like, yo, don't rent the properties, because the property, the condition is extremely low and the experience that they're going to have there is very horrible. And then you have a million agents at the front of the property that is dealing with the one client, so the experience is kind of hostile, and so people, they are not necessarily going to want to book your property again because of that entire experience that they have. So you have to think about the experience that you want your client to have. Are you going to be offering airport pickup services? Are you going to offer laundry services? Are you going to offer cleaning services as a part of the package? Are you going to offer a maid, somebody who can come in and just do all of that and cook for them? What is it that you're offering to your client that is going to come? If you're offering all of these services, you can charge more than $50 per night. It depends on what you're offering. This is just a base price. If you're offering all of these things to the client is willing to pay you even up to $100 per night. If you're putting transportation, maid service, all of these things in there, I am telling you, I would personally pay $100 per night just to have everything done, and I don't have to worry about it. If I'm a business person traveling into the Gambia and I just want to stay, I would pay that $100, no problem, if I have all of these things being done for me. The next thing is, the most important thing is, make sure that it is legal for you to do it yourself wherever it is that you're doing it. So let's say you're not doing it in the Gambia, you're doing it outside of the Gambia. Make sure to check with your local authorities to ensure that you renting out your properties is not going to be a problem for you, because in some countries there are laws to people who are practicing real estate there to make sure that they have license and certain certifications to put a property out. Let's say in South Africa, if you're going to put a property out, if you're not licensed as a real estate agent or a brokerage company, then you cannot do that. Or a property manager, you cannot do that. But in Gambia here, the laws are a little bit lenient towards individuals who want to rent their property out. So you'll find a lot of property owners that are posting their properties on Facebook marketplace, or agents that are not necessarily registered agents, or they didn't get any training or anything. They just know someone who have something that they want to rent, and then they post it, and when they get a client, that's how they make their commission, and this is how they live, right? So for a place like Gambia, maybe if you buy a property here, let's say this property specifically, you can rent the property out yourself, earn your income, pay your tax, and everything will be nice. But as I said, make sure you do your own research, check into the laws, and make sure that everything that you're doing fall into place and you don't have problems with this. Monetizing your rental property is not easy. The key to success when it comes to rental property is patience. You have to practice patience when it comes to it. You cannot just have the property and then put it on the market and expect by tomorrow morning you're going to see a lot of money hitting your bank account. It doesn't work like that. You have to think about the marketing, the position of the property, the staging of the property. What type of clients do you want in your property? All of that is a lot of brainstorming strategy that you have to put in place. And if you don't have somebody who is professional or who understand the marketplace, like the type of people who are booking or renting these type of properties and how long they're renting it for, somebody who understand how to manage and maintain your property if you're not going to do it yourself. If you understand property management and how to list your properties and to get the right clients from your for your property, then fine. But if not, all of these things you have to consider before you make this move. So even though it's a very good offer for you, if you're thinking of owning an income earning property, you have to also think about the disadvantages of it as well, not just the advantage, because you might look at it and say, yo, that's a good way to own a property, but make sure that the risk that comes with it or the disadvantages that comes with it is also something that you can deal with. So now that you have your property, you might be wondering, should I hire a property manager? Well, that is going to be the next topic that we're going to be discussing. Like, if you should take this property from Prime Home Limited, or you already have a property in the Gambia that you want to rent out, should you hire a property manager? We've had lots of stories of people who hire a property manager to get them a certain result, and the result has been horrible. So a lot of people are trying to do their own rental properties in the marketplace by themselves, or they're passing it over to their family, and they're basically, the property is not getting the care that they want, the revenue that they expected is not coming out. So if you are thinking of hiring a property manager, you're definitely going to want to stick for the next video that we're going to be dropping about property management. I really do hope that you guys find value in this video, and I really do hope that if you're thinking of getting your first rental property in the Gambia, you don't have to break the bank to do so. Check out Prime Homes Limited by visiting like their products, right? Because we partnered with them. Go to our website www.dtglistings.com or reach out to us personally, because when you do so, we are able to track where the clients are coming from. If you contact them directly, please do tell them that you saw this video on Queen Jody and AP's channel, and send us an email. Let us know that you reach out to them personally, because that helps us to keep track of what is going on, guys. Thank you very much. We appreciate you, and I really do hope that this video was helpful to you. Until the next one, stay safe. Love ya.